Okay, so that did work. By running out the storage on the hard drive on that unit, okay? I'm getting on camera here. I was able to get this to go to the, it says the SD card, so this is what I wanted. So at the senior center, you know, I'm a history buff, and I carry on some of my, on this device in the files, actually, the history of the Delaware Indians, which were called the Lenape, who owned Manhattan. They got cheated. And I refer to them as the Delaware because there was a phrase back in grade school called the Delaware Longhouse. The Delaware Longhouse was this multi-family, but kind of everybody's related, long straw cane building, okay? And during the day, the seniors, the elder Lenape Delaware Indians, would stay in the winter in this thing, and it'd be like 40, 50, 70 feet long. And if it was like 70 feet long, all these cubicles, everybody had privacy because of the way they weaved all the stuff together. And then they had like maybe like 5 common kettles which vented through the ceiling. It's fantastic to look at. And it all had to be set so it didn't burn down. And the grandpas and the grandmas and the aunts and the uncles, the seniors, would babysit the children. That kept the seniors young and alive. That imparted the culture. And the women would go out and work the fields because the Lenape blended between hunter and gatherer, okay? And subsistence farming. While the men were off hunting for the deer and the bear and the elk and the moose and the pheasant and the turkey and the quail, the women would be growing the corn. And I don't know if they had potatoes. I thought the potato got introduced from Europe, but at least the corn. So the Delaware Longhouse is a wonderful example in the state of Pennsylvania of how they take care of people here. When I was a kid, this was one of the most prosperous states in the United States. It still is. Pennsylvania had the most electoral votes because of the populations of Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. It was 32 votes. And as Pennsylvania voted, that's what happened. So, now that I'm older, this senior citizen community I go to, the Mechanicsburg Place, is similar to that. It's about 6 different rooms, central kitchen, a nice big dining room. One room has 2 pool tables. It's kind of open with removable walls. Like 2 card games going on in 2 different rooms, singing in the other room. And we share our stories. And when you sit around with people who are between 60 and 95, you understand the value of the story. So I love it, and I've met some really wonderful people there. And one of the best things is a couple of those people also go to my church, which is about 5 blocks away. So cooking-wise, I brought this to a boil, which I said I would do in the other video. I pulled off some of that, okay? And when I do my videos, I show the professional cooking stuff. Like that's going to allow me to pull that away. Which is, you don't just dump it in. That overwhelms what's going on. The background is Elaine Hagenbach. I think that's her name. Oh Lord. And I just watched the sunset over the Cumberland Valley from my studio. So I stir in these new ingredients. It needed something. It needed more than beans. It has spring mix. It has carrots. I chopped up this heavily fat-laden chicken. Okay, now that I've added cubic-wise a decent amount, I'm going to let the conduction part of this heating go in. And this is a real world I live in. Conversation today down at the center was about a lot of relationships. A couple across from me have been married, I think they said 52 years, and the young lady, all ladies are young and beautiful, grew up on a farm, and we were talking about who asked who to marry, and I said, well, my first 4 wives, and they laughed, I said, no, I didn't have 4 wives, yeah, I don't want 4 wives. I had one beautiful wife. She's wife number 2 for somebody else, but not for me. I say you have to laugh because crying shorts the keyboard. So to get back to cooking, because in about 25 minutes I'm going to put this on some ciabatta or some Italian bread, which is freshly made. Okay, so I know the beans are done. I'm trying to get the odorifics to come out of the Brussels sprouts, cruciferous. And this toaster oven was given to me by a lady at the senior center because I was telling her about I was using my Amana oven here to cook buffalo tomato wedges, which is actually what we had at the center today for lunch. And she brought me this and she said, here, this is way better. So the toaster, as I like it, I've been making toasted potatoes ever since. So I took what I thought was great, and I got something cheaper and better. So, you know, the pool tables are nice, and I have 52 years experience shooting pool. Never won a tournament. Today was a tournament there, so I didn't get on a table till later. I was a little tired. But there's a couple of these gentlemen are like the keepers of the table. Tables are expensive, and they need to be kept level, and you can't abuse them. If you have a publicly used pool table, so I watch them, and what they really do is, these are guys between like probably 74 and 90. They shoot slow. It's geometry. They bend over low and get the angle and give it just enough. I was the guy who went boom, figured I knew the spot and did it. So, one of the guys there, we were doing chorus together, and I sat down and said, okay, so they tell me you're going to teach me to sing and then you're going to teach me how to shoot pool. And he kind of like didn't like that. You're from Jersey, aren't you? He said, no. Staten Island, New York, Newport, Rhode Island, Monterey, California, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Richmond, Virginia, Columbia, Virginia, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, Lebanon, Jersey, I don't know where I'm from. I-78, I-81 between Harrisburg and Staten Island. And now, at his pace, on his time, he happily shows me how to shoot the pool like these gentlemen do. And I worked in a card room in a country club business where these Wall Street stockbrokers, the older guys that were retired, and their kids would send them up to the club. They play cards. And I just sit on the stairs and watch, and they go, Eddie, get me scratch. Eddie, get me Johnny Walker. And I get around a drink for the guys. It's 1 o'clock, and bring around a drink. Somebody, Eddie, here's 20. The other guy, he said, man, Eddie, here's 25. Thank you. I'm going to let them outspend each other. So I'm having a great time because I'm learning how to play better pool. While I'm talking on this, I'm learning down there to try to be like silent so I can learn more. That's new for me. But because everybody has a great story, they don't need to hear mine. We share stories. And as I do this living socially secure, I find out that the window's between 19 and 34 minutes before anybody would turn this off. None of these videos are on the internet yet. I've closed them to view because once my Social Security retirement kicks in, I'm going to get a $200 Chromebook and then I'll start to build this channel. And what that is I'll use keywords in the paragraphs that describe it, and I'll link them to my other videos. I have 1,200 videos on YouTube. So I'm going to use like blue bonnet as a keyword, you know, and everything. I have 85 keywords in it, cross-link this. As well, it's going to be linked to Facebook. And met some nice people. We do nights at Columbus, donuts and coffee on Sunday, different than the Mechanicsburg place. It's closed Saturday and Sunday. And this nice lady from Montclair and a nice lady from up to Susquehanna in a cold town. And we sit there and we chat in the middle of it. You know, you get donuts and coffee. This week's going to be breakfast and coffee. 2 weeks ago, breakfast, coffee, and chili. But I'm meeting some very special people. And so I have to not be thinking I'm the star. I'm not. Jesus is the star. Jesus is the director. I'll go to the Legion of Mary this tomorrow night at 7. And see what that is. So I blend it in like I do at the senior center and like I do at church. The Brussels sprouts and the chicken. The missing ingredients. You can't just have bean soup. That's not healthy. You will become problems with your intestines, actually. Following my formula. Okay, this will probably be ready. Still about 45 minutes. But I haven't overloaded this pot because I took off in the other video. Okay. Being safe, I turn this like this. Now, I have to let this new stuff, the ingredients, now it's like, look at this. There's already spring green, dried beans that I rehydrated here, rinsed and washed, carrot slices. All my life I've been a mixologist. Whether I'm mixing people, mixing them together, we all get along, like at the bar when I was a bartender. Strong drink for this one, a weak drink for that one. Now, it's going to need more water. But first I need to heat up the chicken and the Brussels sprouts that just went in at 6:49, because the other stuff that went in at 6:45 had already heated up. You can't overwhelm your food. So I'm going to capture that all. I have to step away for a moment. I'm turning it off. I don't leave my oven on when I step away. So that's enough time for that temperature to change, okay? Stir it. Everybody does counterclockwise, by whatever. You just stir it, reach to the bottom, pull to the top. Some stuff over there, I don't want to throw it away. This is a song that the choir at St. Joe's is working on. When you sing this with 70 other people trying to sing it when you're done. They applaud, but meanwhile they're in the choir loft, collapsing from exhaustion. The whole time I'm doing this, I'm watching a clock. What is measurable is repeatable. What is repeatable is rewardable. So this cooking I do, at best I can figure, I already have 70 videos ready to throw up on the internet within like a 3-day period. About 2 years ago, I did 15 reviews for TripAdvisor on a 2-day period, and they sent me a notice that in 7 days I had 667 readers, almost 90 readers per review. So I'm going to use my keyword knowledge, okay? I'm going to show what this looks like, and then I'm going to turn it off, turn this camera off. Okay, so almost all the meals I cook look like that. Alright, this has been running 17 minutes, and this is going to the SD chip. Okay, now that is burbling, New Jersey and Appalachian Hill talk burble. It's still going? No, it's not. Alright, it's picking back up. It didn't stop, but this happened to me before where I do what I call winning segments, and the Google machine is a really tough machine. So now, I'm using this heat inside. A lot of times in the summer I vent it, but I think somebody's calling me. They are. I'm going to see who it is. I don't know who that was. Better call them right away. That turned off on the Hagenbach. This is on. Okay, that's hot enough. I just added the water. I'll give whoever that was time to leave a message. Everybody knows this, I know, but I don't. Usually just call right back, what do you want? Well, I left you a message. It wasn't the number I recognized, but that could be good. I've been looking for work. So now, I keep this off. I'm going to let the conduction, okay? And this is living socially secure, being involved in the community, okay? Meeting swell people who have had similar journeys, health journeys, emotional, religious journeys, spouses, children. And we all ended up in 17055 Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Peace and love.